The sun was beginning to sink into the ocean as Mr. Sebastian Regal was led through the doors of the ambiguous casino on the coast of California. As he was led through the crowded building, he glanced at those who filled the room. There were many actors, actresses, musicians, some politicians, which Sebastian was one of, and a few less recognized individuals. Sebastian was seated at a table accompanied by two neon-clothed pop stars and an older-looking, mustached man who he recognized as a fellow member of Congress.
Congressman Robert Departure, Sebastian proclaimed.
Well, Congressman Regal. Didn't imagine meeting you here, Congressman Departure replied.
Just came to play some good old poker, Sebastian said.
Indeed. Mind if we begin?
Departure dealt the cards and the four began the game. As Sebastian placed his first card and chip down, he was reminded of the current bill that was being discussed in Congress. The bill in question was proposing that large companies could take over and control a full monopoly. Sebastian was particularly against this because of his strong belief in diversity of opinions and absolute power corrupting those in charge of such a company.
$10,000, Mr. Departure proclaimed.
Sebastian had to pay attention to the game if he wanted to win, but he was too caught up in his thoughts. Recently, Sebastian had suspected many members of Congress were being swayed by Disney, the giant corporation who had already severely altered copyright laws.
$15,000, said one of the pop stars.
Sebastian was losing hope in winning the game of poker and in his prospect of canceling the bill in Congress. What do I have to lose? He thought to himself.
20,000, Sebastian said. Well, it looks like you've won, Mr. Regal. Well done, Departure replied.
As Sebastian stood, he was congratulated by those at the table. Even though he had won the game, he dreaded the next session of Congress. Suddenly, a sharp and quick pain went through his head as he slumped over onto the casino table, dead, with a bullet in his head. While Sebastian's blood dripped down his head onto the green felt of the poker table, a man in a black suit with glasses watched silently from a balcony. As the mysterious man silently slinked away, he quietly whispered,
My money.